On the hunt for comfortable, timeless Western boots? You already know the best place to shop for quality boots is at your local Tacova store. So stop by Tacova's Nashville, at the Mall at Green Hills, or on Broadway by Ryman Auditorium. That's right, you now have 2 locations to choose from. Grab a cold one as you shop and get fitted by a pro. Tacova's Nashville is at your service, and you can find your perfectly fitted dream boots with the help of their expert staff. Everyone will be asking where you got your sick new boots, but I won't be asking because I know they must be Tacova's. That's TECOVAS.com. Don't go gently, y'all. Today on CityCast Nashville, we're featuring one of Nashville's Olympic athletes, Vanderbilt discus thrower Veronica Fraley. Veronica was actually part of reviving a throwing program that was dormant for 20 years, and we're so excited to cheer her on August 2nd in the Olympics qualifying round of the women's discus throw. CityCast Nashville is presented by our exclusive launch sponsor, Tacova's. It's July 24th, I'm Grace Fuse, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Can we start by you just telling us straight up what discus is? And also, if I'm talking about it as a verb, do I say that you do discus or that you throw discus? Or like, how do I talk about that in a normal way?
I usually say I throw discus. It's kind of weird because some people, I don't know, I guess there's like some wiggle room with how people say like they run track or they play track or whatever.
Yeah, play track sounds wrong.
Yeah, but nobody really says that. But yeah, I'm on the track and field team. I throw discus. Just have to explain I'm a thrower. I throw discus and shot put actually, but discus is, you know, like that statue, that like famous statue where that guy's like having a little plate behind him and he's like bent over kind of weird. That's what a discus is pretty much. So it's kind of like a little, I don't want to say frisbee, but like a plate that you throw.
So how did you get into it?
Yeah, actually, my mom put me in a summer track club in like middle school because I just wanted to like lose weight and get fit before I went into middle school. And my brother did the same thing. He was playing basketball at the time. Or we both kind of played around with basketball. But man, that was my first time really playing like outside. And it was just hot, you know, it wasn't a good time. All of the kids were like faster than me. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So after about a week, my brother actually kind of slid to the side and like got out of all of the running and drills and stuff. And I was like, why does he get to do that? And I don't. And come to find out it was because he decided to throw shot put instead. And I was like, I just want to go do that. I don't want to do this A-skis, B-skis no more. I don't want to run anymore. So I kind of just followed him over there and it just stuck. You know, I just ended up getting introduced to discus through like shot put first. And yeah, I guess the rest is history.
I read somewhere that you also did hammer throwing. Is that literally just throwing a hammer? And why did that not stand the test of time for you?
No. So hammer is basically like a shot put. So like a heavy ball on a wire.
Okay.
And you kind of just like turn around in circles with that one. So yeah, I did that a few times. Only like competed a few times in my life. Like,
but you did get like top 10 at Vandy for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just did it a couple times. It's like not a big deal. All right, cool.
Yeah, well, coming from a throwing program that hasn't like existed in 20 years, it wasn't super hard. It was just something to have fun with, cross-train with, you know, kind of for entertainment. Also, just to get my name on the list, just for kicks and giggles, you know.
Right, to get the top 10. Yeah, of course. Okay, and speaking of sliding yourself into places that you want to be, we are here because you are going to be in the Olympics, which is crazy.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So this is your first Olympics, right?
Yes.
Okay, so cool. But you have competed internationally before. Does competing in the Olympics feel different? I'm assuming yes.
Honestly, right now, not really. Because it's a really similar like process to making the team. So for like, I went to 2 world championships in 2022, which was in Eugene, Oregon, and then 2023, which was in Budapest, Hungary. But I think it definitely hits harder just being the Olympics. Like, of course, that's like the name of the game of being an athlete and just having that title across your head is just insane.
Yeah, she's an Olympian. Yeah, that's like, oh my gosh.
I know. It's still setting in a little bit.
Yeah. So what does a competition actually look like?
They can really look different. So a lot of times, you know, preseason or like before the championship season, meets can pretty much be anywhere. Like anywhere there's a ring, I guess, and a field. And I guess World Athletics allows it. That's kind of getting into the weeds of things. But for a field event, you get usually 3 throws and prelims, and then top 8 or 9, depending on what meet you're at, will make it to the final for Olympic trials and the Olympics, they have 2 separate days. So it'll be a qualification day and then a final day. So the first day of qualifications, like at the Olympics, for example, will have however many people in the event. I think it's 32, but they'll have all the people in 2 different groups. So like Group A will go like X time, Group B will go X time, and you only get 3 throws for the whole day. So there's no like finals or anything. It's just 3 throws, and then they will have an auto cue for the Olympics, which in the past, like at World Championships last year, it was like 64 meters. So if you hit that, you're automatically going to the final for the next day. And then the final day, it goes like a regular competition. So there'll be 3 throws for all 12 people, and then top 8, I believe, make it to the finals and get another 3 throws.
So the top score or being the top person in discus is about throwing it the farthest, or is there an accuracy thing to that too?
Yeah, it's throwing the farthest. So whoever throws it the farthest and makes it within the sector lines, it counts. So as long as you stay in the circle, like don't fall or walk out or whatever, and keep it within the lines out in the field, then you're good. They'll measure it.
Cool. So you have a lot of skills that you've got going for you here. You've got the strength, you've got the timing, you have accuracy, and then that's all helping you get this discus as far as it can go within the sectional lines.
For sure.
So
yeah.
Cool.
Luckily, there's no points for being pretty, like in gymnastics and like perfection.
You say that, but it looks really graceful to watch. Do you ever do any like cross training? You do any ballet cross training like in that one football movie or anything of the sort?
Lord, no. I don't. I dabbled in dance as a child. I kind of did like a little Renaissance man of things. I was in the band for a while. I was a real like music nerd back then. I did dance. I did gymnastics for like a year. I did soccer. I did baseball. Never played volleyball actually, but there were a lot of sports kind of in the mix before I stuck with track. But I think I don't know, I just throw discus every day, man, for however many years I've been doing this now.
Do you have a good idea of like what your schedule's like when you're there? Do you get to hang out in Paris?
I compete August 2nd and August 5th, I believe, and then I'll be there until August 12th. So my vacation starts on August 6th, first of all. Yes, so my family's also coming, so I'll probably they like to go find like bougie restaurants to eat at and just do like random stuff. So I'll pretty much just like hang out on their itinerary, obviously like outside of training. I'll be in the village, probably just not doing too much until I compete, and then afterwards I'll just be outside.
Cool. Do you have anything in particular you're looking forward to? Are you going to try escargot? Have you tried that before?
No, I haven't. I'll try it. Like, I'll do anything, one time for the one time. But I don't think I've, like, macarons or macaroons, however you say that, I've had them, just not, like, authentic ones.
A crepe, maybe? How do you feel about a crepe?
Crepes, yeah. I'm a dessert girly. I'm a sweet tooth. All my teeth are sweet teeth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you have any suggestions, let me know.
I don't. We're here with Vanderbilt discus thrower Veronica Fraley, who's actually headed to Paris for the Olympics this week. I want to point out something that I saw on your Wikipedia page, which is that you bench 350 pounds. Is that true?
Jeez, first of all, I didn't even realize I had a Wikipedia page.
You do.
Yes. I posted a video on my Instagram, like, during the fall, actually. That was a while ago, of, like, my because we have, like, a max day in the fall.
Yeah.
And just that particular day was for bench press. So I ended up getting 350. Honestly, it was kind of like a controversial video somehow because some people were saying like that I didn't hit it or whatever. So
whatever.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'll watch it back later and give you my official opinion as somebody who doesn't know anything about benching.
Of course.
Speaking of me not knowing anything about benching, one of my New Year's resolutions is to get to 100 pounds. I know it's not 350 yet, but I'm trying to get to 100 pounds, currently at a solid 85. Do you have any recommendations?
Yeah, we're almost there. I just think you gotta keep pushing, you can't give up. You just gotta like keep hammering whatever program you're doing. I don't even know. Just
keep on it.
Perseverance. We'll get there.
So fair. Okay, so your bench is really, really heavy. What muscles does discus use mainly? Like, where do you need to be strong in order to succeed?
I think that's a really interesting question. I personally feel like that is just an individualized answer. Like, I think everybody has, in any throwing event, pretty much like a different X factor that makes them great at what they do. So I don't know, if you look at me in like a lineup of discus throwers probably at the Olympics or at trials, I don't look like none of them. Like I'm short. I will never like admit that. This is like the only time I'll admit that. But I'm short for a discus thrower. Um, I'm more, I guess, built like a shot putter supposedly, but I think outside of different like specific muscle groups that
Hmm.
you could say you need like, oh, a big bench or you need a big squat to be good at this. I think you just need a feel for how to release it
Hmm.
and a feel for like timing while you're in the ring to be able to
Hmm.
kind of put things in a certain sequence. Because discus isn't an event where you can just like muscle it and it'll go good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
yeah, so I think it's just more of a feel and like finesse type of event.
When you talk about like some people that you maybe like watching, do you have any favorite past Olympians that you look up to, or I don't know, that you think about as tops, greats, goats?
Yeah, I think Valerie Adams is like always the first one to come to mind. She's like New Zealand shot put thrower. Michelle Carter, total goat. I don't know, discus wise, I mean, Sandra Perkovic, she just got married, so her name changed, but yeah, she's been like running the game for like years. But yeah, I mean, I think just all of the, big name people just outside of track too, like Simone Biles,
Hmm.
LeBron, of course. I was just talking to my teammate today that he's gonna be there, and like she's probably gonna freak out
Nice.
if we see him. But I just feel like I love watching like athletic people do things that seem impossible for me to do, and like I have a very specific skill set that like lets me throw implements far, I guess, but like watching people like I don't know, play basketball because I wasn't good at basketball or gymnastics, that's crazy to me. Um, yeah, I just feel like it's gonna be a good time to just watch a whole bunch of sporting events.
No, I get that. If you could be an Olympian for anything outside of track and field, what would you want it to be? Skills aside.
I feel like I don't even know how many events are in the Olympics at all because they just added like breakdancing and like
Oh, what?
yeah, breakdancing actually is in the Olympics right now, like this year.
That's awesome.
I know.
I want to know who made it. I want to know what the rubric is.
I
That's
know. I don't know
awesome.
how do you even make the breakdancing team? I don't know.
So, what's your
But
favorite sport to watch?
mm, I would say either football or track. Those are really the only two options.
Cool.
I like soccer too, I guess, like or football for the European perspective.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe gymnastics, just because that's just so cool. I feel like
It looks really satisfying.
yeah,
I can imagine that there's a sense of achievement that I've never felt before when you land some kind of cool
for sure.
gymnastics thing.
Yeah,
It's a
I just
dream.
wish I was kind of flexible. I'm not that flexible.
You transferred from Clemson to Vanderbilt, right?
Mhm.
Why Vanderbilt? Why Nashville?
I was pre-med coming out of Clemson, so I got my undergrad degree in health science, and I wanted to continue kind of that momentum with getting my prerequisites for med school. So I came here, and of course, Vanderbilt has an amazing medical center and all of the top tier research that you could ever even imagine.
Totally.
Um, so I was able to get here, and on the academic side, all of the professors and everybody were just super accommodating and very I don't know, just helpful with like my dreams and the way I wanted things to look. So I was able to get in like mid-year with the biomedical science program
Cool.
and kind of have it tailored to my needs. So, and then on the track side, I think the real selling point here was just to be able to put my name in like history books, like really, because I mean, at other big schools, you may not get the same amount of attention. Like I couldn't imagine me being in a billboard in South Carolina or even at like
Hmm.
any other school, just because it might get like washed away by the greatness of the many that are at that school. So I think it's just really special that I was able to come here and kind of transform a program that hadn't even existed for 20 years and be able to do something that, first of all, I knew that I wanted to do. So that was like kind of the goal already to make the Olympics and do all these things. But also have like the support behind me to be able to do all those things too.
Have you had people come up to you and say that you're an inspiration for them yet? Or when do you think that happens? Post Olympics? Has it already happened?
Oh yeah, it's happened a little bit. Like I'll get like DMs from like high schoolers or something, like just saying how much they, look at me and watch me throw and have followed my journey and things like that. People who don't even like do sports really say that sometimes too. And I think, especially in Nashville, like I'll go into the cafeteria or something here, like, and they'll
Hmm.
all be like clapping for me and like yelling and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like
Oh my
please stop. But
gosh.
it's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh. She's an Olympian. That's so
Yeah.
cool. That is so, so cool. Before we wrap up here, when and where can we actually watch you compete? You said August 2nd and 5th?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
I'm not sure on exact times, but I'm pretty sure it'll be on NBC, possibly Peacock, because I know that's where the trials were broadcast, but it'll definitely be on NBC. Fingers crossed they show the throws, because a lot of times they choose not to.
What does that mean?
You know, everybody likes the sprinters, man. Like, everybody's just like, oh, Sha'Carri and Noah, like, they're great. I'm not taking nothing from them. But there are other events in track and field outside of the 100 and 200. That's all I'm going to say. But I think, you know, track is kind of on the rise with getting its engagement up. And I just hope that the field events do the same, you know. We keep up with the sprints.
Yeah. Well, we'll be keeping up with you because we're really excited to hear how the Olympics go. I'm sure you're going to crush it. It's going to be really cool.
Thank you.
And congratulations. This is so cool.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely being on your show.
Thanks. That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. Don't forget to watch Veronica compete August 2nd in the women's discus throw. And if you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye!